Ep39, Hard to Kill with Doc Martin and Mike G. Holla at them. Hard to Kill Mafia. Let's give them one. Kill, kill, kill.
Hey, what's up,
Deal.
guys?
All right, how we doing, fellas?
Good. I just got the kids to bed, or hopefully on a Friday night. You know, it never goes as planned, and
Yeah.
got back from rolling some jujitsu. So
Nice.
been getting into that heavy lately, trying to go like 4 times a week and get some fucking fighting in.
A lot of people don't realize how much of a workout that is, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so we're kind of going off the cuff on this one. Any current events that are at the forefront of your mind here tonight? What's going on in the world?
Where do you fucking begin, dude? Where do you begin?
Seriously.
There's a bunch, man. Jesus, I don't even know where to start.
I haven't
Honest to
heard
God.
I haven't heard anything about another spy balloon lately, so
I guess that's a good thing. I don't know, man. I've been trying not to.
actually, something that I've heard is that 8 countries have banded with Russia.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones I heard about them. Like, was it Moldova? I think they're saying that they're trying to like overthrow the government or something, and Russia's putting like people in place to do so, and they keep denying it. I don't know if that's the. I don't know. I kind of just read snippets of shit. I try not to focus
The
too much
fact
on
that
all that.
that like we're just hearing that shows how much of a fucking powder keg that area is right now, dude. Must be
I'm
nuts.
not.
Can't imagine.
I feel like it's. I mean, obviously, we've spoken to some people that have been there, and like been able to see it basically firsthand. Living the war through a GoPro. Like these guys are getting footage daily and being able to upload it, and you're just seeing
Yeah, I know,
I
huh?
mean, the insane conditions that they're living and fighting in. Like I mean, I don't agree with sending our money over there, my fucking taxpayer dollars, that
Fuck
we
yeah.
still work
Fuck no.
for, but at the same time, like I definitely feel for those guys. Like that's a different type of combat that, I
Yeah.
don't think many of us have, like
Shit,
maybe some rockets
I don't
and
think anyone
yeah,
has.
like having the tanks, having the air, having, like the fucking mass amount of artillery, your trench warfare, like moving inches and it's like where do
Really,
you
really, really what it is all aspects of combat culminating into one. And I don't think anyone really can say they've seen that. But
Dude, I mean, I know that in the initial, like when the what was it, the Green Berets or whatever, the Delta dudes were in, or the ODA guys were in Afghanistan in like, November of 2001. They're,
Yeah.
dropping ordnance on some like late era, Russian tanks or Russian BMPs or, armored shit. But initially in Iraq, I know a guy personally. Uh, who he was with LAR. He got a tow tank kill, in the initial invasion in like 2003. I think it was outside of one of the airfields or whatever that they took. And it's like we didn't have. I mean, at least my experiences in Afghanistan. It's you get some 107 rockets, some mortars, RPGs, and that's about
have
the
you
extent of.
just curiosity, have you ever had an RPG shot at you?
Yeah, I mean, like they were shooting them all throughout the valley when we were
So
down
crazy,
in
dude.
yeah, down in Baram Cha there, like up on the ridge line. They had dudes coming out, just like throwing RPGs all over the place, mortars, fucking rockets,
I
dudes
remember
running out with.
one time specifically, one got shot at me, and I like shit myself, dude. I remember hearing it, I remember seeing it, and just seeing it just go.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were taken from like elevated positions and they were coming at
Everything
like,
but a straight line.
yeah, I don't know. I just, I can't imagine the fighting that they're doing and like the living conditions, like especially in the freezing cold like that out
I
there.
was
Like
just
they're
gonna say
just
that it's cold as balls
that's
right now, dude.
fucking brutal, dude.
For sure.
But it
Yeah,
seemed
man. Yeah. I'm all set with that. No, Nick, remember that time we got shot with that recoilless rifle? We were coming
Yeah.
back from doing something
Yeah.
stupid. We were just out doing a like presence patrol, and all of a sudden it's just boom. We're like,
Fucking
what the
nuts.
hell?
I didn't
yeah,
even know what
those
that was, dude.
they I've never experienced the recoilless rifles, but they had well, I mean, I don't know. You can't. What do you believe with ICOM chatter? But we
Yeah,
had like
true.
the beef up of them saying that there was like a Zeus or a ZSU or whatever. It's like an anti-aircraft
Hmm.
forward quad cannon thing. And when
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
going down, I mean, like you got to think when from where we were operating, like in like the J hook, the fish hook of the river, like the kinetic side of things up there wasn't as heavy. Like a lot of IEDs, and like like
How
you
do
got
they even
your
get their hands on that shit, dude? Is that just all Russia?
what? Well, I fuck you. Mean you got to think either that or they, they're the northeastern corridor of Afghanistan is connected to China. You never know if like when you got Pakistan
That's true.
down to the south, like and all along the eastern side. So it could be something either left by the Russians or they transported in. And I mean, you got to
Dude,
think for a while
I'm
that there
starting I'm
was.
starting to think that we should start going live during these. I haven't really tried that yet. I don't know. Have you gone live doing anything?
No, I've never. I don't really understand how a lot of this shit works. Obviously, you know that I'm pretty fucking new to this
thank
stuff.
you. Same here, brother. Same here.
No, but so the followers that we do have on like Instagram and stuff like that, those are the ones that'll be checking in if we go live. So I don't know, maybe I'll just get a stand or something, and when we do pods, we'll just put it to the side or something like that. Because what do you want to see when you're going live, me or the actual screen? I would think the screen to see everybody
Well,
on
I
the pod.
think, see, that's the thing that I think that there's got to be a way that you can do a combination thing. I see some guys that do essentially what we're doing right now, and they're doing it straight off of Instagram. So there's got to be a way that we can do it, and we can all get linked in and be able to have a live conversation, see questions, take questions from people, let them talk shit and say "fuck you, fucking boots" or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
that. Like that kind of shit, and you know,
No, just
Yeah.
so we can have
um,
live engagement.
yeah. So I think that another thing too. With the whole like Russia thing, like in Ukraine that I was just thinking of, it's like, can you imagine having like a fucking like an attack helicopter strafing your position or something, or like you're driving down the road in a truck and the next thing you know, you've got a fucking helicopter with like a 20 millimeter or 30 millimeter cannon, whatever they've
Yeah.
got, that's like fucking sending rounds into your. I don't
Any kind of go
fucking.
fast, something in the air, dude, dropping ordnance has got to be absolutely terrifying on the ground.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm sure have you been able to see like airdrop fucking JDAMs and shit and like,
Indeed, I have. Indeed, I
yeah,
have.
that shit. I
It's
mean,
it's awesome, and when I say
no,
awesome, it's not
I
not the typical understanding of the word. It's just when all that power drops in front of you, it really makes you respect
Yeah.
the
well,
power
and
that we
oh,
have.
for sure, dude.
It
And you
is.
get to
Yeah.
see like you're listening to like your FAC or like whoever your JTAC or whatever is like they're like calling in, you're like they're letting you know like how much time to impact, and you can like, I guess not always being able to see the plane come in, but like knowing that you've got like 5 seconds to
Yeah.
impact, and all of a sudden, like
Yep.
fucking smacks a compound. You're
Yeah.
like,
Just
fuck
fucking
yes, dude.
Not to
boom.
sound not to
You're
sound
like,
like
fuck.
corny, dude. Not to sound wicked corny, but it makes you respect the enemy to some degree, dude. To even just be able to bang it out
Stand up
against
against that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because coming from
Well,
my point of view, dude, if I'm over there banging out against, see you later, fam. I am all set, dog. No, thank you.
no, I'm good on that.
You know what
But
I mean, dude?
you guys ever use Miclics? Did you guys have Miclics to like clear a route and shit? It's like I don't know. Do you know what an APOV is? Like the
I've heard.
engineers would use them.
Yeah, I've
And
seen them in
it's like
action.
the backpack cluster
Yep,
rocket that's got
yep,
like balls of TNT or
yep.
C4 in it, whatever it is.
I've
I
never
forget,
actually
but
Yeah.
seen it implemented on something that I
oh,
was doing.
I've got a couple really good. I mean, dude, when we were down south, we did this like pretty big operation. I think it was like Operation fucking, I don't know. There's like Lone, no, not Lone Ranger, whatever. It's some my battalion commander was like a fucking Texas guy, so like all of our ops were some like cowboy shit.
Yeah,
You're like, all right, you were like,
Yeah.
you'd be saying some shit like, "You boys ready to go out and gallivant the battle space in search of personal glory?" And we're like, "What the
Gallivant.
fuck, dude? Yeah, seriously." But no, we had because we were like pushing in these two villages, and they're like main supply areas for a distribution hub and a lot of fucking enemy activity in the area. So like it was like backlayed with IEDs like the whole way in, and
Yep.
obviously we're in fucking MRAPs and LAVs, and we've got fucking tanks with us and shit. They had then not we didn't have Abrams, but we had the M88s or whatever the vehicle is that like recovery and I don't know. I think
I
it's
know
an
I know what
M88,
you're talking
right?
about.
Okay,
Yeah.
M88,
whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, we brought like something crazy. There's like I told somebody this story and they're like, "No way, man, it's not possible." But we shot off like an unbelievable amount of these Mikliks, dude. It was like fucking 20 of them within a period of like 4 fucking days. We're just and they land and then there's like a certain time delay and then boom, they go off. But like so many of them were like duds. Okay, so
Is it
they'd
to
go off
illuminate
and
or trace a route?
no, bro, it's the fucking
That's the
blast
SMA?
detonate.
everything in the route
Oh,
to
okay.
clear you a clear path through. But they so some of these wouldn't go off, right? And this is fucking I think 1,500 pounds of C4 or whatever explosive that they're using in there. It's like
Yeah.
clumped in balls along. So it wouldn't. They'd have like ones that didn't detonate. So you'd have these EOD dudes or whoever they'd drive an MRAP up there and they'd have to get out and set the fucking whatever they did. And we're like,
Give
we're
it
only
the
a couple
kick.
hundred. Oh yes, like come on, do something. And we're only a couple hundred meters away. Like I've got videos, like and like you can see the concussive wave like pick
That's so
up off
crazy.
the
I love
ground
that. I love
and
that.
come towards you,
Yep.
dude. It's fucking unreal. And like literally
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The explosion. Like you had like what are they called? Sympathetic detonations of because like if there's IED making material all over these compounds and
Facts.
shit. They're just
Facts.
putting this shit together down there. And you just
How many
boom,
pumps was Craig with you on?
Oh, we didn't deploy
Oh,
together.
I
He
thought you
went,
did.
no, we went to boot camp and ITB together. And then he went to 1-7. I went to 3rd LER, still both in 29 Palms. Um, and then I deployed to Afghan in 2010 and he went on a MEU. And then we both were in Afghanistan together at the same time in
Gotcha.
2012.
Doc, so
So
Craig was not the last the
Yeah.
episode before last.
yeah, he
That Mike
was
did.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I watched the episode obviously, and yeah, dude, he's a great guy. Like I'd love to actually talk to him myself,
Yeah.
And
He's a
I want to get in touch with you too, dude. Like me and you could do an episode, if Nick's
Absolutely.
cool with that.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
Me and
I'm
you could,
I'm I'm down, brother. Oh, what's up? I got a
yeah, man.
minion down here. What's up, kiddo? What's up?
A minion.
It's
I love it.
okay. Go up. Give me a smooch. Go upstairs.
You sipping
I
on,
love you.
Doc?
Go. Good night. I love you.
What are you sipping on?
Me, I got a little bush light.
Actually,
There you
it
go.
is Friday.
Yeah, you know what? It's been 3 weeks since I last drank any booze, dude. I haven't, since I've been rolling during the week, I never really drink during the week anymore. Like rarely I'll go out and have a couple beers or something, but, like I've been just staying sober during the week, waking
Baby,
up at
can you
4:30 in
grab
the
me a
morning.
Jameson, please? Thank you.
Uh,
This one right there. Thanks, hon. So,
but yeah, no, I've
But
been,
no, Mike, that'd be awesome to get on with you, dude. And my buddy Michael Nakamura, who's been on
yeah,
two
you gotta,
times now.
yeah, tell him who Mike was with, bro. Doc, tell him who Mike was with.
He was a tutu. He was a tutu. He was a stay corpsman. So he's a
oh
sniper.
yeah, he was
corpsman.
with the surveillance and target acquisition team.
Yep.
Yeah, the scout sniper is the
they
last
did.
of a dying breed.
I know, right, dude?
Yeah, they did some shit out there.
What is
But
going
hey,
on? Why are they getting rid of these MOSs, bro?
Dude, I heard them talking about I got a buddy that's currently in right now. He's a platoon commander with a said infantry battalion. I won't dime him out, but dudes are talking about scout snipers are going away at the end of the year. They're going to stop running courses. I think they're going to run courses throughout the end of the year, and then they're going to make a MOS like recon, like I don't know, it's like 0322 because 0321 is a sniper or that's a recon, or 0317 is sniper. So this
yeah,
0322 MOS is going to designate like a special purpose rifleman or like a squad sniper, platoon sniper that's like organic to the fire or like to your platoon or to your squad or whatever. And then your scout snipers, I guess, are going to be like integrated within recon and the MRBs, the Raider battalions. So
What
it's
I'm
then they
saying
have
is,
their own
what's
schoolhouses.
causing this though? What's causing this reshuffle, or
Fuck, I've read some things saying that it's just like a way to shift focus on like I don't know, this 2030 motive or whatever they're calling it, where they're like restructuring like the fighting force. I don't know if that's just the Marine Corps or the military in a whole, but it seems like they're if you look at like the layouts of like squads, like a rifle squad, like your regular infantry squad, like you always have, it's like, dating back to like say World War II, you had your BAR, that was like
yeah,
your automatic weapons guy.
yeah,
You go to Korea, you
such a
got,
savage weapon.
they're still using BARs and 50s, and so they got the machine gunners there, but you got your
And the
BARs
30
integrated into the
millimeters,
squad.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to go, and then you go into Vietnam. You got your M60 Desert Storm. You've got your, the SAW came around in what like the
That's when the
80s or
saw
some
came
shit like
around.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the SAW, and then you like through the 90s in Desert Storm, you got your
240.
SAW, the 240, and then obviously now. But if you look at it, so always there's been a machine gun or a belt fed weapon system.
Yeah,
Like your 75% of your fire team is the he's a belt fed machine gun, whatever
yeah.
the SAW or the 240,
Yeah.
you got a
Yeah.
machine gunner
Yeah.
on patrol. And now it's like everybody's got an IAR. There's no more undermounted 203s, which I mean to
What?
me, oh yeah, they've got these things now. It's like the 320s or something. It's it's a separate weapon system, like shoulder fired
I don't know
203
how I
or
feel about
40
that,
40
dude.
millimeter. I mean,
Oh, fuck.
some guys like it, but then to me, like you're carrying an extra piece of gear on you that's not attached to your weapon
Why now?
system. You got like
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah.
you like that? Because you can be more accurate with it.
you know what? I don't know. I have never used one before. The
Because
only
that is
thing that,
definitely something that came up to me. I mean, is the accuracy with the
well,
203. Don't get me wrong. When you get used to using it, you can put rounds accurately on target with the 203.
yeah,
But
but dude, the
and I
systems
hear
that they
you.
have now, that like the mounting, you could like mount optics that can, work in lieu with a fucking not a leaf sight, but your quadrant sight,
Yeah,
so basically you just put a fucking red dot or whatever on there, and then you can orient that to like where your
zero it.
target is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had the Mark 32. I used the Mark
I
32.
was
That's
just
the
gonna ask
fucking
that. I was just gonna
the
ask that if
yeah.
you had one of those.
Yeah, and I mean
I
that thing's
love that
fucking
thing.
sick,
I
bro.
love
If you
that
got
fucking
somebody
thing.
that's fitted out, you give somebody an M4 that they can strap across their back and they carry a couple mags, and then you've got like fucking 30 rounds of HE and six in your
Yeah.
fucking cylinder,
Yeah.
and you just sit there and boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, laying down a sheet.
That's really how you can be
Fuck
competitive
yeah.
against the big gun. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going against something that's belt fed, or just
Oh,
a
for sure. I
high
mean,
caliber round.
or just something that's like, like you've got somebody in defilade, or you've got a position that's like I don't know, a little more fortified, that
Yep,
your squad, organic weapons aren't breaching,
sure,
and that's why you got AT4s and laws, and I
definitely.
guess now they're using the Carl Gustav, which, that's pretty fucking
What?
sick. I've never seen a
Oh
Carl
yeah.
Gustav in person before, but
What is that?
I've seen it one fucking time, dude, and that was when I was in Marja on my first deployment.
What is so break that down for me? Unpack that.
it's a recoilless rocket basically, and I think that the backblast area is like, I don't know if it's completely diminished, but I think you can fire them from inside, like closed positions or close to the walls behind you. You see
Hmm.
guys that like,
Yeah. Yeah.
with like an AT4 or a SMA, like you've got a fucking 90-degree
Yeah. You got
fan
to
or
be
whatever
out
that's
there.
coming
Yeah.
out for your back blast, and that
Yep.
goes back like, 15 meters or some shit.
Yep.
And, maybe more than that. I don't know. But so it just I think it negates or like hinders some of the back blast, and it's like you pop the back open and you stick a rocket in, and then you charge it, and then you're able to engage. So
So it's
maybe
quick.
it's like you carry around the one tube, and then you have multiple rockets, in the sense of like, think of an RPG,
Yep.
like SMAW is
Same type of deal.
SMAW is bigger and cumbersome. I think the Carl Gustav is a little more compact,
Love
and
the name.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
no, dude, and they'll they'll get the job done if you get it on target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fact.
it'll
Well,
it'll do the damn thing.
So let's kind of briefly talk about I don't know. Let's talk about Ukraine a little bit, man. I mean, it's something that might happen. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Um, shit, if we end up, getting over there to see Steven, that would be great. I mean, I'd love to be able to get, the gear that he needs over there. That'd be something cool that we did as a podcast, man. I'd love to
yeah,
be able to, just for us to say as a podcast we facilitated that for, somebody. That would just be a dope thing.
yeah. To
Yeah.
see, I mean,
Sorry.
I think getting the
Go ahead.
gear to the people that are fighting on the front lines, because like think about it, I mean, somebody's invading your country. You just gotta wonder where the fuck.
I was just gonna say that. What does that really say about
Uh,
what we've been bringing over there? Like Biden's been putting billions of dollars over there, and we have to go over there and get them NVGs. What does that say? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
that's
that's a story on its own, man. I mean,
well. I said, not to. I like to think or like play devil's advocate, and it's not that I'm trying to defend them or like this whatever that you call that's in charge right now.
yeah,
But like think about like, a lot of the money going to fucking I don't know how the breakdown goes, but think about the ammo, think about the fucking artillery, think about the trucks that they're given, thinking about the vehicles, the tanks, and like, like how does that get incorporated into the
the
fucking,
actual money that we're dumping over
I'm,
there. Yeah,
I'm sure that some of it's getting siphoned out in a way that like, I mean, we're never gonna know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
somebody's getting put.
Oh yeah.
let's be real. That's going into some politician's pocket, man. I mean, whoever it is, I mean, before we even went over to Ukraine was technically one of the most corrupt regions of the world, man. I mean, let's not forget this. I mean,
I
that's a
mean, I
fact.
don't.
Yeah.
I try to, like I don't know much about that, and I haven't dove into like the background and the like where it's gone, like how it's been like deemed to be corrupt previously. I'm sure somebody could educate me on that, but it's like I try not to worry or fucking. It's like, yeah, oh shit,
Because what are we
how
gonna
how
do? Yeah,
what am I gonna do about it? Like wasting the time, like thinking about like
I hear you.
one, I'm not there. It's it's obviously a talking point because you got Vladimir Zelensky or whatever now talking about, is that his name? Vladimir, right? Vladimir
Yeah.
Zelensky,
I
the
don't.
president
I
of
just know
Ukraine.
his last name. He's just
But
yeah.
he's talking, I don't know if that was true, but the way that they just put that last video up of him saying that like the America is going to have to send their sons and daughters to
Yeah.
war for him,
What?
it's like,
What?
who the fuck do you think you are? And
Who are
two, you're not,
you? Yeah.
yeah, you're not, I'm pretty sure they're not, they haven't been like inducted into, or whatever the word is, into NATO yet. They haven't been
Of
admitted
course they
into
haven't,
NATO.
No,
dude.
So
no, they
it's
haven't.
like, it's like, where do you get off like saying some shit like that? And who are like, what are you gonna put a fucking draft? You gonna send this TikTok influenced military over there? I'm not talking about like you see the shit that's on like Guns Up or Goons Up and Maneuver Up and all those pages. Like there's still guys out there getting training in and they're like fucking ready to go fight. But it's like
No, I hear what you're saying.
there's only a certain number
Yeah,
of war fighters, dude. And
exactly.
then you look at the rest of the fucking military that's there in support. It's like you start sending those people to like positions that are like right outside the front lines to like
It's
resupply or
gonna
be there for
backfire.
support.
It's gonna
They're like
backfire significantly.
those people are gonna lose their fucking minds,
Yes, they
my man.
are. Yes, they are. That's a fact.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
think I don't think that's really been shown yet. It's something to think about, man. That's for sure. I think within the next, 2 to 5 years, we're gonna see start of the blowback of that.
Well, was it the Air Force ad or whatever, the top guy in the Air Force or the Joint Chiefs of Staff or something that he was saying that by 2024 or 2025, like he sees us being in
Yeah.
conflict with China.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Yes.
like not just like this shit. Because if you think about it, like technically with like all the technological stuff, the now knowing like COVID's leaked from the Wuhan facility and shit, like basically
Now we can
proven,
actually say
you know,
that.
like I can take my tinfoil hat off and put my regular
Exactly.
hat back on,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
it's like we're essentially already at war with China like now you got the spy
Proxy.
balloon. Who knows what kind of other surveillance shit they're using? TikTok, like thank God I never got into that
Yep. Same
TikTok
here.
thing.
Same
But
here.
I mean, still
Yeah,
I post
same
shit.
here.
yeah, it's like I don't know, man. It's
I'm still thankful I did not get the actual shot, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I held out to the
I
very.
did.
I'm gonna go heavy on
Same
that,
here,
man.
brother.
I held out to the
Same here.
very end, and people were making me
I
feel
had
like,
immediately, I didn't give a fuck what anybody said. I
yep.
had no my I'm fortunate that where I'm employed, like my boss is not about that shit, dude, at all. He's like not about it. So like I my job wasn't in jeopardy, you know.
But you
So
saw how a lot
I'm
of people were pushed to do it, dude.
yeah,
You
yep.
know,
I mean, even in the military, I mean, obviously
let's talk about the guy on the
we
Sean Ryan show, dude.
Yep.
Come on.
oh yeah, fucking Alexander,
Yep.
fucking Dallas Alexander getting booted from
Are you fucking
actually, dude,
serious?
have you real quick, have you heard his song that he wrote about the sniper shot? It's called Adios Amigo.
No way.
It's fucking dude, it's great.
Oh, we gotta play that.
He's a
Yeah,
really
it is, dude.
he's a
It
really good
is.
guitar player, and it's like basically about him like setting up in the position and overlooking and
What's his
like
name?
Dallas Alexander. Adios Amigo. I think I like it, dude,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
play it right now.
Yeah. No, it's fucking it's pretty fucking gangster, dude. Like
You've heard it, Doc?
but yeah, yeah.
Oh, here it is.
But well, we can't play it on here, I don't think. Yeah, we
Yes, we
can't play
can.
it right now,
Absolutely,
Nick.
absolutely, we can.
They'll block the video, brother.
No, they won't. You think
I
Canada's
put
gonna
it
come?
I
You think Canada's gonna come at us? I can't find it. Hold on.
if you got
Where?
Spotify, I know it's on Spotify.
I do have Spotify.
You
We're
might
on
have
the
it.
Spotify.
I know we have to update our Spotify big time, dude.
I know we need to
Yes.
get into that, but anyhow. But no, Mike, fucking I'd love for you and Nakamura to and it could be Nick, it could be me, but you guys, dude, the two of you, just the knowledge, and Nick can attest to that. Mike's one of the smartest fucking dudes, and he's got all the experience. He was a second recon and then went to 2-2 to go do his
Nice.
state platoon. And no, but you guys, because I watched the last episode that you did when it was you and
Is it
why
Craig?
can't I remember? Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, it was you and Craig. And dude, I'm like, dude, you and Nakamura would just have I'd just sit here. I wouldn't
Yeah.
get a word in edgewise, man.
Yeah, I
And
mean I feel like I'm fortunate in the sense that like I said when I first had talked to Nick, like when I came in, you know, like still now to this day, like I'm still currently
Is this
training
it?
and trying.
I'm from the backwoods. Don't mind
No,
that
that's not it.
city noise.
It looks like it's an album, dude.
Do you
Oh,
have here? I'll send it over to you because I know that I have it saved in my library.
is it a banger?
Sure. I like it, dude. I think it's like country. It is country music. That's his style that he's going for. I mean, it's funny. You got a Canadian dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is singing. I mean, I guess fuck.
I mean, kind of has country, right?
Canada's pretty fucking country, bro. Where
Yeah.
he's from, he said he grew up on like a indigenous, you
Oh
know,
no shit.
whatever. Yeah, he's like full fledged. I think he's married to an indigenous Canadian woman. So I don't know what the.
Sing your love, won't be seeing you around.
Oh, this is a banger.
I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Do you guys ever see this? The record of the
No.
GWAT. So it's a collection of all the artists are veterans. I've got the second edition on the way. I'm setting up
What do you mean?
some
It's just
tattoos appointments.
tats?
Oh yeah, it's all their different. It's all their artwork, bro.
Oh,
So
I
like you
need
got like
that, bro. I
you know
need
like
that.
well
fuck
you
yeah.
can't they only made 500 of these and they only made
Stop.
500 of the other one. Yeah. So I mean I it's like some people will probably make fun of me for like oh you but it's like one I like supporting veteran businesses especially when it's something of like you know the work that the guys are putting in is really good shit.
Definitely.
So you know like bought this to you know support the guys and obviously the tattoos are you know like that artwork is essentially not how they're documenting it in their way, like expressing themselves through that art and
Yeah.
everything. And I think that's cool as fuck. So I like to support that stuff, so
Could
it's I got
could I snag that from you when I see you, bro? Just because I want to put
yeah,
together a tab.
100, dude, 100%. Like there's some really good shit in here. And I mean, it's cool to look at, like I mean, it's got Ben Cantwell in here. It's got that, what is it?
I love, dude. I was talking to him the other day on Instagram, dude. I love his work.
Oh yeah, and that dude, was it Dark King Far Metal or whatever? Have
Yep,
you seen
another
his
one,
stuff?
another good one.
Yeah, he's got some
Mm.
fucking great stuff. I actually talked to him.
How do I follow all the same pages you do? And I didn't like
Well,
even. It's funny.
because I went on the Instagram and I followed all the pages.
Oh,
Like
okay,
I
got
went
you.
through everything and followed fucking everything I possibly could.
No,
Trying
but
to
I
get.
know of Dark King Far Metal before this, dude.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, bro, come on. It's the fucking veteran community.
Yeah,
I'm sure
true.
there's they got, how many thousands of followers,
Facts,
20, thirty
facts.
thousand followers. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get him on. He said when he's got some time at the end of this month or something, he's down to do an interview,
Fuck
so
yeah.
I
We
wanna.
gotta figure out a better way to do the Zoom where it has just the three of us split up on this right now. I'd like to get it like so we can at least be all parallel to some degree. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Well, you can do it. I think there's a way you can edit the video and get the fit like when you're talking, get it side by side. I don't really know how that works, but also I think too, it's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like if it's good for if we're gonna do a podcast like this to be able to just free flow and bullshit and everything, but like when we do interviews with people, we're trying to get their story of the GWAT, like that's my, I've told you before, like that's what I want to get,
of course I do too.
involved with is getting
Yeah.
that like
Same here.
that whole thing of like letting people know who the service members are that like sacrificed everything
Of course.
to be, served during the global war on terror, Iraq, Afghanistan. And I was even talking to some people that like, hadn't served in combat and getting their point of view because you got to think like it's a collective mission in a
It
whole,
was.
like and like all together.
These
You've
auxiliary
got guys.
positions matter, dude.
Yeah, I mean, even being a fucking in a grunt battalion that didn't deploy for the 4 years that you
That's
were in,
tough.
or like maybe you went to Okinawa or something, and like think of that mindset where you're like
Yeah.
prepping for combat, going to fucking, ITX and running range 400 and going to Mojave Viper and doing all this shit. And then you find out
Mhm.
that you're getting slated to go on a
Oh,
fucking MEU or something or
it's like a
whatever it
kick in the
is.
Yeah,
nuts.
that's
It's
what I was,
like, how
that's what I
did
was
like,
just gonna say. Just
how
getting
do you,
jacked on a Mew. Like,
yeah, I mean, how do you one, like it's all things that I want to get
I agree.
every perspective
I agree.
possible. So like you can capture the story
We
and be
gotta
able
we
to
gotta
like
start pounding more in-person interviews though. Like we've been doing a
that,
lot of
dude.
Zooms.
I
You know what I
know, I
mean?
know.
The
That's my
in-persons
goal,
really,
bro.
really capture the mood a lot better, and that you bring out a lot more in an in-person.
I agree.
You capture the emotion a
yeah.
lot more.
Oh, I was thinking if I could like build my kids like some dog sheds in the backyard and then turn their rooms into like the podcast studios so I can invite like have like a guest bedroom and then a podcast room. My kids could just sleep outside in a dog house, like the guest is in the guest room, got the podcast rooms like,
Yeah.
Daddy, it's cold. Like, sorry,
Sorry, bud.
got the guys here
Pod
doing an
and
interview. Get back outside.
Yeah.
you're done. That's funny.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
So really what we need to do is each one of our houses, we need to have a studio room. So when we travel and we come out to whoever's house, we just have a studio ready to go and we can bring whoever in and just, get it ready for pod.
Shit, you know what I would do? I would actually got some good advice from Brian Basho. He told me that what he started doing was looking for studio, like if you're gonna really do something like that, looking for studios in the area that would be able to like willing to allow you to use their space or rent their space. And then they've got all the equipment there and everything
So we
already
don't even have
and
to bring
be
the
able to
equipment.
do
Yeah.
being able because I mean I've got the microphones coming, I've got some camera stuff, I've got my
Where do you
computer.
plan on setting that up in the room you're in right now?
No, well, one might, but what my goal is right now. So I've got some in-person interviews that I'm going to conduct over the next like month or so. Probably get like 2 or 3 of them, hopefully. And I'm going to go to them. So I'm going to be driving like 2 or 3 hours to go to somebody's house to sit down in like their zone, their setting,
Gotcha.
whatever they're, and then set up in that environment
Nice.
and be able to do it from there.
Dope. So you got, let's see,
Right.
I'm really interested about that double amp one that you have coming on. That's really going to hit a lot of heartstrings, man. Really kind
Yeah,
of go
my
ahead.
buddy
Tell.
Kyle Mosier, he served with Second Battalion, Fourth Marines, and he point man. I mean, all he can tell his story, but yeah, he's we didn't serve together, but we know each other mutually through. I used to work at this gun range, and he came in to pick up a like an M40,
Oh,
like
really?
a sniper
Oh,
rifle. So
that's
it
how
was
you
like
met him?
built that. Oh yeah, so he came in and he was in the wheelchair, and like I like just gotten out. This is like me like whatever. He comes up and we started talking, and I just got this like I don't know sense of like I saw him in the wheelchair and like I got this sense, and we've talked about this in like a group setting before, so I don't think he'd be upset with. But like, I was like, um, I was like, I felt guilty that I was standing on two legs, and this guy fucking gave,
I think we all
you
feel
know,
that way, man.
a
Yeah.
huge part of himself, and I just walked up to him and gave him a hug, dude. I broke down and started crying, and I was like, I'm so fucking sorry, like, thank you for your service and thank you for your sacrifice, brother.
How
Like,
did how did how did he take that?
Oh, he was like, I mean, we got it. We exchanged numbers. I mean, we kept in contact. We went on I mean, he's been to my home. He knows my family. He knows my kids, vice versa. I've been to his home and,
Nice.
we spent a lot of time together and shit. And we went on one of the White Heart, shout out to White Heart Foundation. Check it out. Um, we went on a White Heart trip together and, like, we've both been on before, but hey, he's a great dude, and it's
Dope.
like,
Dope. Looking forward to
good
that.
dad. Yeah, he's got a good story, the ups and downs and all arounds of where he's at now. So
So
he'll be good.
something else I wanted to bring up to you too, kind of that was you know how your mom has the what was it called?
Oh, she's like, they don't do it anymore. It's like called the Semper Fi family platoon.
Regardless, I thought that was a really good idea because my buddy Arbo, my co-host Mike Arbo, his dad's really big into it too, and I thought it would be really good for those two to kind of talk on the show, and I think it would really show because Mike's dad talks a lot about how much it affected him bringing Mike to the airport before he deployed, and
Yeah,
going to the parts where Mike had to go back to his unit, and how it really affected the parents, man. It
yeah,
you don't think of that from our point of view. We just think about the mission that's at hand. We don't think about how much it affects them leaving them, and
right.
you don't think about how they think
Yeah.
they may never see us again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's
Yeah.
That wasn't even like when I was a fucking 19-year-old kid going on my first deployment. That thought never crossed my mind, and
gents,
like
gents,
now as I
gents,
got
gents. Stand by. We got to
take a
switch over
break.
to another break. Yep.
All right.
I'll shoot you the info. Stand by.
All right.
10. I'm back, brother. You got
Yeah.
me.
And we're back. So we were talking a little bit about
Video.
the what it's like being a parent, man. What it's like, sending us off. And we don't think about it because we're so jacked up on the mission that we're about to do, man. I mean, I guess we think about it. I remember thinking about feeling bad about, my dad. I remember my dad's face, my brothers, and it sucked. That's a shitty feeling. What it's like just, leaving them behind,
Oh yeah.
them not being able to do anything about us going over there and fighting. That's gonna be a shitty feeling, man. Can't imagine what it's like for the guys that
Yeah.
lose their, significant other over there. That's a whole nother fucking podcast.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, so for me, I'm an identical twin. And like me and my brother we had fist fights, bro. Like legit fist fights over it. Like she felt like I was abandoning him and all that. And
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, dude. And we're great today. Like me and him we're fine now. But at first he was like, "What the fuck, dude?" He was like, "You're just gonna go try to get yourself killed?" And I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna go
A lot
fight
of
for our country, but I'm not trying
a
to
lot
get
of people
myself
think
killed."
we're like super political too, that we believe so strongly in the cause, and that's really not it at all, dude. Half of us don't even give a fuck.
Yeah,
It's I don't even know. It kind of sounds ignorant to say that like that, but
Okay, I found it.
oh
Sorry, I
man.
was looking for this video that I wanted to send you. All right, so
Yeah,
yeah,
were you super political before when you were in the middle of your pumps?
no,
Yeah,
no,
me
I
either.
don't think I focused on any of that shit.
Yeah,
I
right.
remember we were in Afghanistan in 2011 on May 2nd. We were down on the Pakistan border, and we didn't even know that bin Laden had gotten killed, right?
Oh, for real?
So yeah, we had no idea. I think there was like some chatter, and it's like we just like, okay, whatever, bullshit, right? Then we get back, we were gone for like, I don't know, almost a month. We come back and you go to the MW and you're getting on the computer and you see that bin Laden is fucking killed, dude,
Yeah.
like for real. And I'm like, it's funny because my buddy, we were sitting next to the same, like he's in the computer booth or whatever next to me, and they're just like, yo, bin Laden. And then we're like, I think Jesse, my buddy Jesse said, yeah, but we're still here, like, wasn't that the, part of the reason why he hit Afghanistan in the first place? You like come
Yeah,
in to
yeah, yeah.
get bin Laden. They have him in 2001 in November. Like the fucking ODA and CIA dudes could have fucking dropped bombs on him, and they said they could have brought the Ranger dudes in, the Ranger
Yeah.
bats in, and like cleared the fucking mountain or whatever, the valley. And then, what is that? So 2001 to 2011. So 10 years later, they finally fucking kill him. And it's like the war didn't stop, like it
No.
went on for another 10 years, bro,
See,
after bin Laden
that
was
was big
killed.
for us because the local Taliban in our area really kicked up when they found out that bin Laden died, dude. They started burning fucking oil wells and shit, dude. I remember we were getting attacked even more too, but some
Fucking oil trucks and shit.
yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about it, dude, but I feel like the whole fucking
Dude,
situation surrounding that was sketchy as
I
fuck, dude.
I wonder. Oh yeah, because you say they.
Why the fuck didn't they fucking show his body? You
Yeah,
dumped it out at
some guy.
sea, bro.
Yeah,
That's
some
what you
guy
did.
told me. I got in an argument with some guy on Instagram, which I know that's petty as fuck, but I was like, somebody made a post like something about bin Laden, and I was like, "We show us your face. We want to see your face," like fucking in Chappelle show,
Oh yeah,
Clayton
yeah, yeah,
Bigsby,
yeah, yeah,
show us
yeah,
your
yeah.
Oh
face. We
yeah.
want to see your face. Um, and some guys like, oh, they have pictures of him. You can see it. And it's from that movie Zero Dark 30. If you look up like Osama bin Laden dead, the pictures that you see is like from what they show in Zero
What,
Dark
him and
30. It's the
cowering in the corner?
no, no, no. It's like his actual, like when they shot him or whatever,
Oh,
his
I
body's
never
like
saw
laying
that.
there and they see. So it's like the end of the movie or whatever. And that's where the fucking picture's from. And I'm like, you fucking dunce. Like they didn't put any pictures up. And the reason behind it
Exactly.
was they thought it was going to be like some martyr type shit. And they were going to use that as like fuel for them to be able to attack more Americans or whatever. So,
I don't know,
but
dude. I kind of want to. I don't know.
well,
I don't.
I've been connected with a couple different guys that were team dudes, and they all tell me that
Mhm.
the individual, I don't want to use names because then it's
No,
like
yeah,
I'm not calling people out, but the individual that says that he shot bin Laden, like a lot of people say that he's not the dude
yeah.
that
I
shot
heard
bin
that
Laden.
too. The dude that's
And
on all the podcasts.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. You ever see there's this Rob Riggle skit from like this comedy thing.
He's
It's like
hilarious.
it's called like the guy that shot bin Laden, and it's like Rob Riggle's playing the dude that shot him or whatever, and it's like the admiral's like, fucking special operator, blah blah blah. Like you've been sworn to secrecy. You killed bin Laden. You can't tell anybody. He's like, yes, sir. I understand, sir. And then like the next scene, it's like, he's at the bar in his fucking dress uniform. I fucking shot bin Laden.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
Yeah.
slugging drinks. He's got like two hamburgers. He's like coming in hot. He's like describing everything.
I gotta see that.
It's so
That's like
fucking
what
funny, bro.
that's like with me and Nick, and I'll leave names out of it, but we were out on a QRF that night, and someone that wasn't out on the QRF with us was back at base,
Oh yeah.
like he was back at our little fob there, and he had an ND with the M9 with the Beretta M9, and we
The
come back from the
rumor is he
QRF.
got him.
Yeah, because he almost beat the shit out of me, and he's a big dude. Because I was just like, holy shit, dude, you got bin Laden. That bullet went all that way to get
Yeah,
bin
that's
Laden.
funny.
With the 9 mil
Dude,
round.
Yeah.
dude, I was wondering because you were talking about how you guys were. So I'm trying to think. You like Route 1, Highway 1, that comes out of Leatherneck and that heads due east, right?
Yeah.
So that takes you all the way through like into Goresh, and then you hit the 611 and you can go north, and that'll bring you to the upper Goresh Valley, into Nole, and then into Sangin. Were you guys, because I've driven that route before. Like we
Oh,
were
for real?
in that route. So it would have been like late December, early January 2011. Were you guys in that
Yes.
area? So
Yes.
all those like, oh man, I saw so many Brit vehicles blown up, dude. Those
Yeah. There was
jackals
a
or
shit
whatever
ton. There was a shit ton of them.
along the route that like hit IEDs, and it's like so crazy because you're in this like war torn
Bummer.
fucking country, and you're driving through like Highway 1, and you're going through like there's like the meat stands and the
Yeah, on the com.
markets, and you got the fucking the Haji trucks that are all decked out with like bling or whatever all over them.
Oh
There's
yeah.
people all over
Yeah,
the
yeah,
place. You
yeah,
got
yeah.
vehicles trying to drive. Like I was popped up in the back of an LAV with my saw, right? And like just thinking, oh man, like every two-story building, I'm like thinking like there's got to be an elevated position. They're going to start shooting
Yep,
at us,
yep.
and we're going to hit an IED, or there's going to be a suicide bomber or something. It's like that constant level of like heightened arousal and situational awareness. Like fucking, like your adrenaline's like
Dude, I
peaking
didn't
because
tell you. Did I tell you about the last remember the episode we did with one that I took down, named it situational awareness?
oh yeah, yeah.
One of his boys hit me up and was like laughing that I called it situational awareness. Like, really, bro? Him situational awareness? He was a turd.
I remember you said that.
I
Yeah.
feel bad, dude.
Dude, there's a kid that fell asleep on post, and
Quiet
like
dog.
got his fucking ass beat, dude. Like fucking muzzle thumped in the face. And like dudes are like, "We'll fucking kill you," like fall asleep on post again. Well, and I'm like, like some of that shit's fucking wild, dude.
Of course.
Marines.
Of
I mean,
course.
obviously I don't disagree with it, but it's like you got dudes fucking passing out on a 240 and on post at 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys remember? Well, I was there in 2012. I forget what month it was. Maybe like June or July, or I don't even remember it, when they attacked Camp Leatherneck
Yeah.
and they came in on the
Oh,
flight
that's
line
him.
Yeah,
and blew
yeah.
up. Who?
The dude we interviewed. That's what he was talking about.
No, 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 no. That's different. That was 2018. I'm talking about his story. His experience was like 2018, 2019 or something when he was there.
Oh, okay.
This is on my second deployment in 2012. So we had gone from I can't think of Fob Payne, right? So we go all the
Oh
way
yeah.
up to fucking Leatherneck. Okay. So we
Oh, that's a
drive up, we're
trip.
going all through Marja, all through like Safar
That's
Bazaar,
a shitty
Marja,
trip,
all
dude.
the way up to. So we get up to Leatherneck,
Were you mounted
and
on MRAPs?
we were in all MRAPs, and what we were doing was, I guess somebody had like ND'd a fucking what's it, the fucking Mark 19.
Oh
Dudes were
shit.
fucking, yeah, dudes were fucking up with the
That's the
50
one you
cal.
don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So they basically went through, like, we had to like call for clearance to be able to use like HE rounds with the 40 mic, right? So like for 203s. But so whatever, we had to get rid of Mark 19s and 50 cals on my second deployment. So we're driving all these fucking guns up to Leatherneck to drop them off. And then the MRAPs were staying there because like this is like everything's starting to get demilled. So it was like towards, I forget what month it was. Again, we could go back and look it up, but whatever, we drop off all this shit and we're taking a helo back to Paint. It's late at night. I'm on the flight line. I have a fucking magazine in my M4, and we're getting onto the helo, and some fucking dude in a skivvy shirt and fucking this little, fucking air wing runway fucking gear comes up, and he's like, "You can't have a mag in your weapon, bro." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are you talking about? I can't have a mag in my weapon." So he tells me, take my magazine out. I'm like, whatever. I stuck it in my back pocket. As soon as I walked up the fucking back of the helo, I stuck my magazine back in the fucking weapon.
Yes.
It's like,
You fucking stupid,
and
dude.
but we took off as 2 minutes after our wheels lifted off is when they fucking hit the attack on
Come
fucking
on.
Leatherneck.
Come
I
on.
swear to God, dude.
Really?
But that dude felt
Because
dumb as shit.
oh my, like I think 2 Marines got killed that day.
Can't have a mag in your weapon, dude.
So
What the fuck?
it was the post that was by the like the fuels or whatever. It's like 4 Harriers got blown up. Oh, this story is so crazy because So whatever, that attack
Because
happens,
that
and I was just
happened.
thinking,
Yeah,
I was
clearly.
thinking, what the fuck? So on my third deployment, our FAC, right, our forward air controller, he's a previous pilot. His Harrier was one of the Harriers that got
No
blown up
way.
on Leatherneck.
No
Yes.
way.
And I was like, holy shit. His name
Yeah.
was Captain Jack Ackerbauer. It's short,
Dude, you need to get
cool,
in touch
cool
with him,
dude,
bro.
bro. I wish I do. Somehow I need to get in touch with him. But cool ass dude. He'd always be like, I'd always call him Jack DeBauer because he's like, I was like, what's up, Jack DeBauer? He's a cool ass guy. But we were just randomly talking, and I was like, oh yeah, sir, were you were in Afghanistan in 2012? He's like, yeah. I was like, were you, running missions? He's like, yeah, I was until my
Harrier
Harrier
got
got
hit.
blown up.
And
And
you were
I'm
like,
like,
you
what?
connected the
He's
dots.
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, whoa, no way. That was one of your helo, or you're one of your jets or whatever. He's like, yeah.
Bro, I don't know
So
if you ever have an experience with this, so Doc can attest to this. So a couple of the areas that we rolled up on, especially we were in a lot of night missions. Multiple times we ran into blacked out trucks with robotic miniguns on the top, ran by like they were either triple canopy or they were ODA guys. I couldn't really tell the
oh, I,
difference.
I don't I don't think triple canopy would be having fucking like gauss or miniguns. I think that would you definitely were seeing some like fucking like soft
CIA,
dudes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But they were definitely involved in mining
Yeah.
operations over there. And I'm talking, these guys didn't even come up on BFTs, bro. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me, what the fuck was that?
I mean, dude, that's like we had so on the other side of the Helmand River, we had this
You remember that shit,
position.
Doc?
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
do, bro. I was letting Mike talk, so but yeah, no, I definitely remember that shit.
Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
But no, I was just saying, like with that like Black Ops shit, like where you like we there's a school that was supposed, or it was an IED making facility, or that's what this platoon had come under the conclusion that it was. So they'd call in, drop a fucking JDAM.
See you later.
ends up being an actual school, bro. Like an
No.
actual, but then no one was in there. Like then nobody, none.
Oh,
So they
I
thought
feel
that
like
they
a
were gonna
dick.
they thought that they were gonna destroy this fucking IED making facility. It turns out there was a school, right? So they're like this huge thing. So one night where I think it wasn't South Station. It was like PB00 or PB Torbert or something, or maybe Divlac. I forget where it was, but anyways, this fucking helo comes in. Two dudes, right? Get off this thing, like plate carrier, bag. They got like car 15s or like these like little fucking 10.5-inch barrels or
Hmm.
fuck they just walk. They just dip, dude. They
High
leave.
speed,
They
low
go
drag.
out there. They go out there, come back, no bag,
Come
get back
on.
on the helo, gone. And you're like, what the
Come
fuck
on.
was that, dude? On my second deployment, sorry, I'm just
No,
thinking
come
all
on,
these
come on,
stories
come
now.
on, come on.
We're like, okay, we got to escort these guys to like a undisclosed position or whatever. And we're like, what the fuck? So this little ass guy in like AOR 1 fucking cry precision shit comes up. And he's like, hey, what's up? My name's Rick or whatever. And guy goes to shake my hand, and he had these like tiny ass hands. And I'm like, who the fuck? Older guy, probably in his 40s, maybe like late 30s, early 40s or something.
Salty ass motherfucker.
And he's like, we start talking, and there's like this like 12-man team, right? And little I know that it was an Afghan Tiger team, like the special forces dudes. And this guy, lone Navy SEAL,
Come on.
right? Just swear. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy's a fucking
Yeah.
Navy SEAL. Like I had, we'd bumped into a few of them
Running
and some other
running
operators and
spook
shit.
ops, dude.
And so we drive them out to this like fucking, I don't know, outskirts of this village. They dismount, never to be seen again. Never saw the guys
Really?
again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was like when we were down on the border, they had like SAS guys coming in. Like we had these two villages like, cordoned off and everything. And, there's like constant engagements going on and fucking, bombs being dropped. But at night, things like lulled down. But then you get helos would come in, you get some fucking SAS dudes. So we were like doing like conjoined operations. Not that we were assaulting, like
No, I
doing
hear you,
direct
I hear you.
action at night, but these guys come in and you just fucking, hear some fucking gunshots, and then all of a sudden, like, they're out. You're
Yeah,
like, what
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
fuck?
Dude, it makes you
Yeah.
think, dude, there's constant situations like that that made me think, like, what the fuck are these dudes doing out here, bro? Like, they were running constant spook ops. Who knows what they were influencing or what they were engaging, really, dude, or what shit they were starting. But half
Dude,
the
they're
time,
looking for
bro, honestly, half the times they would do shit like that, and then we would have to clean up their mess, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have to deal
or
with
you
them.
get called
Yes.
or you're QRF, dude. I
Exactly.
know a buddy of mine. I'm gonna try to get him on here. He's a Green Beret, and he was talking about how we were all joking. I was with like there's a couple army guys there and shit, and I'm like, hey Joe, like when you guys we didn't operate together. This is just I'm like when you guys were over there, and like uh let's say you got into a shitty position, right? And you guys got a call for fucking QRF or like, whatever. I was like, what was your reaction when you knew it was the army, like the conventional army? And he was like, fuck. I wasn't too happy about that. I was like, it's funny because he's at army, and I'm like, now what if you found out that the Marine Corps, like an infantry platoon, when the Marines were coming? He'd be like, oh fuck, like I fucking love when the Marines come,
Facts.
dude. He's like, it's so funny that you get all these
Fuck
guys
yeah.
that just fucking, and that's why I want to do these interviews, bro, because it's all
You want to show
always,
that
and I'm
you want
not,
to,
and I'm not,
are you saying
yes.
you want to show that disparity?
Yeah, for sure, bro. You show how many like dudes that they probably could have been operators. Just like I'm not knocking
No,
these
I hear
guys.
you. I hear
No
you.
fucking way. Like they did some badass shit. Their training is fucking intense as fuck.
But there, it's
They're
what
very
you hear what we're talking about though. There's
yeah.
a come on.
And that and like I want to show the side of the conventional soldier, marine, sailor, airman that wasn't a soft dude, but lived that lifestyle and lived on deployment and was in gunfights and was in all this shit. Because a lot of people are just talking about like the
High
soft
speed,
dudes, the
sexy
high
shit,
speed guys,
hexy
and like
shit.
and it's like they have a lot of the same stuff. It's like I want these people to be able to tell their stories and talk about the things that they struggled with, the things that they succeeded with, where they are at in life now, and like all the ups and downs from before
Doc,
service and
Doc,
after.
Doc. You see why I like this dude? You see how he's
Yeah,
like one of
no. And yes, yes. Well, Mike, no, like the one thing I will say, like, so they're out there doing the sexy shit. 9 times out of 10, they're doing the unsexy. Because Nick, remember we had that big mission planned. We were gonna go hit this
oh
fucking
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. We were hitting this place, but
Bro, we
our
got ready for this
job.
for like a month, bro. Like we were
Yeah.
running mock missions. We were added on the John
Hmm.
Madden board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And our job for the most part was outer cordon. Like
Yeah.
we'd
Yeah,
just be the
yeah.
outer cordon. We fucking go. We're up all goddamn night. We get there, sucked.
Afghans decide to pray.
Yeah,
A-
we're like,
yeah.
well, there's nothing fucking here for us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one that we get geared up for and we actually saw the Taliban. And then before we went there,
oh
we remember
yeah,
we
yeah,
got there
yeah.
at 4 a.m. The sun comes up and they start praying
Yes,
when we're supposed to hit
yes.
them.
Okay. Yep,
Come on, dude.
yep.
That took the
But
wind
yeah,
right out
it's
of my
still it's
sails,
like,
dude. I was bumping
what
Metallica
the
ready to
fuck?
kill.
Dude, one time, oh man, whatever. I got so many
Come
stories. I'm
on,
not
put it
trying to
out. Stop
fucking
fucking pumping. Come on. I'm putting out
uh
stories. You got to put out one.
all right. So we're making the movement from PV Wolfpack. It's like the southernmost fucking established position that we have in the Helmand province, right? Like we're the southernmost unit in the
Mhm.
Helmand province, yeah, in like 60 clicks or 50 clicks from the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan, right? So we're like mounted up. We got fucking two companies and we're pushing down. And I've been in the turret for fuck, I don't know. It was
So wait,
forever.
you're
We're constant.
you're pushing guys dismounted and you have mounted trucks?
No, 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 no. We had to drop. I mean, I wouldn't think dudes would want to walk 50K
Yeah, I didn't
to
think so.
go
Okay.
get in gunfights on fucking side of mountains and shit. But
Yeah.
um they so we drive down there and everything, and we were there was one platoon in front of us and then it was us, right? So
Okay.
we're coming in, these guys were like getting, hitting IEDs. It started getting engaged and they're like, I'm like, let's get up front, like let's get up front, dude. And it's like it's early in the morning. I've been in the turret, like we're up all day. I was probably standing in the turret for like 10 hours,
Four
dude,
rippets in.
4 rippets, bro. That was like
Four?
I told
Four?
yeah, dude. Talking fuck 4 in the first
Yeah,
hour
that's a
maybe. I was
morning,
fucking
dude.
juiced, bro. I was smoking Marlboro Reds, dipping Grizzly Wintergreen at the same
Yeah.
time. I'm
Come on.
spitting dip into this bottle. I say, hey Kurt, it's dark in the Mat V, right? I'm up in the turret with my fucking NVGs down. I tell Kirby, I'm like, hey, fucking one of my best friends, dude. I fucking love Ryan Kirby. He was mad at me that I
Shout out to
didn't give him a
Kirby.
shout out.
Shout out to
He's
Kirby.
mad at me I didn't give
Shout
him a
out.
shout out in the
Shout
first
out, brother.
podcast, and he's like, you didn't talk about your favorite team leader. Anyways, um, I'm like, hey, mix
Shout
me
out
up.
Kirby.
I had like the MRE coffee shit, the instant coffee, right? I'm like, mix it up in this water bottle and hand it back to me. I gave this motherfucker my dip spit bottle. He mixed it
Oh,
up in my dip spit. I slugged it, and I was like, "Ugh," like sucking back the puke, dude, trying not to puke all
oh.
over the place. It's dark, I can't see. Anyways, where it's this is a funny because this is like I'm hot to trot, dude. I'm like ready behind the 240 to start rocking and rolling. And
Hot to trot. I like it.
yeah, and I see this light, dude, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, hey, fucking 11 o'clock. I got fucking 3, whatever. It's like 400 or 500 meters out. I'm like, they got lights. They're looking at
Fucking
us,
kill him.
and they're like, oh, like it, like because obviously we had like this ROE that they gave us. It was like it wasn't like free for all, but we were like, if you saw if you saw
Put it
active
down.
spotting, if you saw active spotting, if you saw like anything that looks like it's anybody with a
Muzzle
weapon
flash. Anybody with a
is
muzzle
cleared
flash.
is cleared to engage, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking smoke this dude. And all of a sudden they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because like my position where I was looking at different, it was like this bright star that had popped out of the side of the ridge line, and I'm calling it like a light, and I'm like, thinking that somebody like I couldn't see. I've got my MVGs on, and I'm thinking I even saw a flashlight. They're maneuvering or something. And yeah, I got
Can't
shit
see
for that
shit
one.
with MVGs, bro. Come on, be real.
Yeah,
Hey, you
dude.
know what?
No,
Hey,
it's
I own a pair of PVS 14s. I fucking love them. I mean, they're brand new Omni 8 fucking tubes, like mil
Have you
spec
gotten an
tubes,
old
and
pair
they're
of MVGs in the past?
yeah, bro. I had to use the fucking things. But you know what? You got to learn. Like I was saying, we did all kinds of training with our NVGs. But like you got to understand how to utilize your fucking,
No, I know.
optical lens to be able to change that up in your focus and everything. I mean, I don't know.
Here we
I
go.
think, yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Anyways,
funny.
okay.
But yeah, I almost engaged a star one time because I thought it was a Haji with a flashlight, like turning it on at fucking 4 o'clock in the
Doc,
morning to
Doc, do you remember the kidnapping?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do.
I do.
So me and Captain were actually talking about this, dude. So get this, dude. We're let's see. It's probably 1 in the morning, maybe midnight. Um, we get a call from, or not us, the A&A gets a call. That a local, I don't know if it was they want to call him a local warlord or one of the guys that was important in the local village that we were in that was in one of the shuras. His son got kidnapped or something like that. And I don't know if you remember Delaram, but it's basically like long ass, I don't know, what do you even want to call those buildings or
Yeah.
shit, halfway
Yeah.
framed fucking shanties, whatever you want to call them. I guess half of those are hostels. They're just, even though they look like just rooms, they're hotels or, where locals stay that don't have a fucking mud hut out by RPB. So, anyways, I guess Tarango, Donnerstag, Cervantes, and Leclerc, I believe they are the ones that found the kid running through that whole thing. And it's got to be a mile long, dude. I can't imagine
That
being.
was
That's when
that
Tarango.
was after Jason fell into the fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
He fell into a shit
sketchy
puddle.
situation though, dude. You tell me what's going on there, dude. I'm talking A&A and police are getting involved. Who knows if it was a kidnapping. I bet they were just doing some shady shit and using us for muscle half the time, dude, honestly. Cuz really
Yeah.
who do you
Yeah.
got telling you really what's going on other than the interpreter? And who knows what the fuck the interpreter is really telling you, dude. As you know, interpreters can take liberties, bro.
Luckily, we had Stone though.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what
We
they
had
always say.
Stone.
That's why I found out the other interpreters didn't like Stone, because Stone would tell Donnerstag really what was going on, dude. He would be like, "No,
Yeah.
no, these dudes over here are doing some shady shit, dude. Check them."
Uh,
You know what I
we
mean?
had to get rid of one of our terps, and he was like a I don't think he was a cat one. I think he was like a, or if that's the definition of a cat one, two, and three, I think were the tiers. Like three was a local national, two was somebody that like was more whatever local national or like native to Afghan, and then like tier one was like a somebody that
Mhm.
studied in UK or US or is like, whatever. But
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah. Yeah.
Abdullah was our first herp, and he was like this little fucking. I didn't like him, dude. I had a
Would he
feeling that
give
he
you a
was just
weird
a
feeling?
fucking. Yeah, oh, yeah. I had just weird fucking snake. He was a fucking homo too. I'm pretty sure, always trying
Yeah,
to fucking
fuck that, dude.
whatever. Not that if that's the life you
No,
want to live,
fuck that.
I
Be real,
apologize.
dude. Those
Yeah,
guys sketched you out,
yeah.
dude. If
But
you're if you're over there fucking kids and shit with the other
yep,
Afghans that are fucking kids,
yep.
you're a weird motherfucker, dude. I don't give
But
a fuck what you say.
he I would come down because he stayed in a different, like, he wasn't in the hooch with us, right, like in our tent with us, like when we were
Oh, he stayed with them.
on a base, right. No, not with them. I'm talking about when we were on this was on, it was cop pain, and then now it's fob, or it was fob pain, whatever. But so this is like when it was a smaller little establishment, and I was like going smoking a cig one night, walking down to the LAV to grab something, and I see this motherfucker with a sat phone, right? And I was like,
No,
yeah, yeah. And I had said something to my platoon sergeant at the time, and I was like, hey, I saw Abdullah like down by the vehicles and shit. Like, because we have a map like posted up like in our briefing area and shit. And it would like we had like these doors that closed on it. And it didn't, I don't think we had a lock on it though. Because I mean, it's like all Marines and you got like a couple Terps.
yeah.
But I mean, it was just weird. And I said something to him, and
Made you
then
feel weird,
turns out he was like relaying information. We ended up getting rid of him, and then we
dude. You
got a
kill that
guy.
motherfucker, shit,
And
dude. What
I
the?
don't know what happened to him. I don't know if they detained him or
Wait, so
what,
you
but
you kind of like sniffed it out or what?
oh yeah,
No,
I said something to
Michael.
my platoon
Here
sergeant.
you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, you got a little M&P 2.0 right there. Nice. Is that
No,
the 9 mil or?
but you dead ass. That looks like 9 mil.
Yeah. No, it's
Um.
40.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I have an MP42. Yo, but so that was you sniffing it out or what?
Yeah, so I had noticed it, and it was just weird because I'd seen him like he acted all once he saw me and I saw him, and he like put his sat phone away or whatever phone it was, and like scurried off. So I said something. He got canned. I don't know if he
Damn,
was a
that's a good
cat
ass
too.
story.
Yeah, and then I got, oh man, I got some stories I could tell that just would get me in so much trouble, dude. I got some
I can tell
fucking
every one of his stories,
uh
dude. He's like, well, you know.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to think about it. It's not like executing fucking children or like
No, I
killing
hear
fucking
you. I
people
hear
and
you.
shit, but
It's not
Oh
execution.
yeah,
um
no, fucking me and Nick are the same fucking way, dude. Some of the shit, like, yeah, dude, we'll keep
Well,
those
dude,
between us.
when you're at a patrol base and it's just you and the Afghans, dude, you can do
well,
certain.
I mean, there was a lot of partnered positions, like that were just like little TCPs, like tactical control points or whatever. And those weren't even like patrol bases. They were like not even like,
Honestly, when you're at something like that, dude, that's your rules, bro. You run
yeah.
that fucking. That's
And
you. That's you
but
holding it down.
I mean, I don't know if you guys, I had so many opportunities to like dip some Naswar or fucking smoke hash or smoke fucking opium and shit. Never did though. I never did. I always like, they'd be like, oh, we'd be doing like a KLE. Sometimes we did them at night,
That's
and we'd
all
just
they
be like
do
kind
over
of
there,
chilling.
bro. Come
And
on,
they'd
be
be like,
real.
Marine, you want the hashish? And I was like, no, Marine, no hashish. Like, hashish double good, And I'm like, all right. But I had my boys were smoking that
Dude, I
shit like
smoked multiple
fucking,
times,
yeah.
bro.
Oh, and like all the guys that were like out on the edge, we called it the edge of the empire, and like all these little TCP positions that were there, like within integrated. It's like you'd have one Marine on post and one Afghan on post, dude. And you're up at night, and these dudes would just be smoking it up, dude.
Doc, do
Getting
you know anything about this, dude? We're having one Marine on post with one Afghan at a time. How sketchy are those situations, dude? When you have like 4 or 5 guys sleeping, you got 2 Afghans on post, maybe one Marine, dude. That's when shit gets fucking dangerous, bro.
yeah, that's when they try to
Seriously.
Oh
butt
yeah,
fuck you,
dude.
Yeah,
bro.
facts.
They try to butt
Oh
fuck you.
no,
That's when you
they'd
start hearing footsteps, bro. For real, for real.
Hey, I
they'd
gotta
got
see.
they'd got they'd got fucking jaw jacked right quick with my
Yeah,
fucking
facts.
pistol, dude.
Facts.
Like,
I did that multiple
really would
times,
have.
dude.
Yeah, my
Sometimes
buddy. I won't say his name, but he got like cornered by 3 Afghans by himself, and they were like at the low ready with their rifles, and they kept like shouting shit at him in Afghan. And his M4, he carried a M9 and he had his M4. His M4 was like up. He wasn't wearing his plate carrier. All his shit's off, and he's got his pistol on his hip. His M4 was like out of arm's reach, and he's like, "Fuck, do I make a run for it?" And he like drew his fucking pistol, and he's in like a standoff with these three
I would have
fucking
dropped him right
Afghans,
there, dude.
I mean, oh fuck it. I mean,
Dude, if stuff's at the ready, bro, are you kidding me? I'm dropping you,
yeah,
dude, over there.
but I
Wait,
mean,
wait. So
there's
what
the
happened? What happened? What happened?
oh no, I mean, I'll see if he'll come on here and tell. I don't know the full. I wasn't there when this happened. This was they were
He's
at a
still here
diplomatic
though.
position.
Clear shit.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he's still here. I'm pretty sure that those dudes. I mean, I don't know how where they go or what happens. They sometimes they just don't come back, or like they're
Exactly.
told not to come
They
back.
disappear.
But yeah, some crazy fucking shit, dude.
Out there, they bury you where you die. They just cover you full of rocks.
Yes, just pile them up. You don't
Yeah.
know if it's an IED
You know
or a
about
fucking
that? You know
grave,
about
dude.
that?
Yeah. Well, dude, they're one of the patrol bases that we established. It got named PB or PB Torbert because Torbert was the guy that he was the engineer that got killed. It was right next to a graveyard, and it was like I don't know. I'm not going to speak other people's
Damn.
stories for them, but
No, I hear you.
they,
We gotta do some of these. We have good stories, bro. There's one
Yeah.
thing you cannot deny. When we start talking like this is that real shit. This is that shit with the little details that you can pick up that you can be like, oh shit, that dude knows what I'm talking about, dude. That dude's been some fucking real situations, dude. That shit hits me. When I hear that from someone else, dude, it's just like, okay, he's seeing a little bit about that real shit over there, dude. And it's just a different feeling that I don't know, only certain people can share. And it means a lot to me, dude, because I've been in some fucked up situations over there, dude. And you know, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to keep going on that. But
couple.
go ahead. Were you gonna say
I
something,
said
bro?
no, just a couple.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
a little bit.
Facts. I can only imagine. I know Mike's got some good ones, dude. I keep trying to pry him to get him out, but he's a steel trap. This one.
I don't know. We got all kinds of shit that went down. You know, it's just like a whole and like I started posting more shit on Instagram, you know, not like looking for clout or something, but you know, we talk about this. It's like I've put up shit before, but like more of like my personal photos and stuff that I had of like what I captured and like the images and stuff and some of the videos like that one video of the fucking my buddy. I'm gonna try to get him on here, dude. He's currently still serving, so I don't want to, but he was the dude. If you watch that video where that tow missile goes into that machine gun position, I put it up on my Instagram.
I gotta
He
check it
was the
out.
guy. He was the guy behind the tow on that.
Oh, he shot it. Nice.
Yeah. He's but you know, it's like, you know, I don't know, getting to see all this shit and experience all this shit. I got a really okay, so I had a video like a handheld video camera on my first deployment, like this little. Oh, I thought I had for some reason I know I have it still, but it's like the lens is scratched from all the sand and me like carrying it in my cargo pocket and running around and it's all fucked up. I got this this was towards the end of the deployment. We had like we're taking like effective mortar rounds at our position, like then we noticed there's like these 6 or 7 guys on this like hilltop, you know, like outside of our engagement reach, you know, and we call these 2 Cobras in. We already had air on standby and shit. These 2 Cobras come in, and I'm like, you can hear him. I'm like, fuck! Like I'm trying to get the fucking focus to settle because the camera's the lens is all fucked up, and you just hear.
Snap,
Like
snap,
you know
snap,
the
snap.
round just impacting dude
Yep.
on this, and you just see these 7 fucking chunks of meat just flying off, like getting there. I was like the Hellfire. I don't know if they're like the 83 millimeter rocket pods or whatever size they are, and they just
Yeah, the 82
Damn.
you
millimeter.
know, yeah, you
Damn.
know, like,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, fuck
Of
yeah.
course, of course.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling when you're in a hairy situation, dude. When you drop some heavy ordnance, dude. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
and well, it's even like knowing that you've got the air. I mean,
that's
the
what I mean.
LAVs,
That's what I mean.
like like being in LAR, like that, like our platoon got to rock and
Oh,
fucking
you get
roll,
to see
dude.
that a
Like
lot.
and like you're in like the back of the LAV, and it's like you like feel the fucking concussion
Yeah,
on your
fuck
fucking
yeah.
teeth, like literally
You can
going
feel the
fucking
concussion on your teeth. You hear that, dude?
yeah,
Rattle the
like it's like
motherfuckers
the
good,
rattle
dude.
in your
Yeah. That's good shit right there. Well, all right. Well, we're about to close up an hour, guys. So I think that was a good one too. I thought we had a good podcast in there. Doc, thanks for
Yeah, I
joining
think
us,
so.
brother. Mike,
Yeah,
always a
dude.
pleasure, my friend.
Mike,
We'll get another one in soon. I'll
one
make sure to
going.
link
Yeah.
you two up, and
Yeah,
we'll go from there, guys. Episode 39, Hard to Kill,
Yeah.
closing out. Kill, boys.
rough.
We'll get one up.
Take care.
Kill.
It's infantry month. Don't forget that. 03, baby.
Oh, here we go.